Hey y'all, welcome back to Boxing Conversations with Swaggy. I don't think I have broken down this fight, and I've been wanting to break it down, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I forget about it. I do not know, but I've been wanting to break this fight down. But we're here now. We're here now. The fight that I'm talking about is the fight between Jaron Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz Jr. Yeah, Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz Jr. This is gonna be a very great fight, and for now, it is also still a potential matchup, just like the potential matchup that I did about Keyshawn Davis and Devin the Dream Haney. This is also not announced yet, but they have been talks, on social media, on Instagram, here on YouTube, even on interviews. There have been talks that the fight is close to being finalized. I'm not sure, but there have been talks, nonetheless. So let's get straight to it. Let's start off with Virgil Ortiz Jr. I think that Virgil Ortiz Jr. is a great fighter. I think he has underrated speed. He has underrated speed. He's a pressure cooker, but he doesn't just come forward like the Canelos of the world. He doesn't just. He's not your regular pressure cooker. No, he uses his feet. He knows what to do and at what time he should do it. He's a come forward fighter, but he's not your average come forward fighter. So the reason why I was talking about Canelo is because Canelo is kind of one-dimensional. He is predictable. If you would go back and watch my fight prediction about the fight between Canelo and Terence Bud Crawford, you would hear what I am talking about or what I am referring to. I think that Virgil Ortiz is smart. If you would watch his fight against Israel Madrimov, you would figure out that Virgil Ortiz is very smart. He is very methodical with his way of fighting. He's not just a fighter. He's also technical. So in other words, he is a pressure cooker, right? But he can also confuse you because he has all the basics of boxing. He knows all the fundamentals. He knows what to do. So one punch from him and one miss from me would cost me the whole fight. I don't know whether y'all get me or not. It don't matter though. I don't know how to put it, yeah. I do not know how to put it, but I just feel like Virgil Ortiz is not your average come forward fighter. I've been trying to explain it. But then, yeah, I feel like Ortiz is he's a power puncher. He has 24 fights, 24 wins, 22 knockouts. So he's a power puncher, But we saw in his fight, which I think was his breakout fight against Israel Madrimov, that he's more than just a power puncher. He can outthink you by going forward, but he's not your regular pressure cooker. But he can outthink you by putting pressure on you, but methodically, he is very technical, very tricky. If you would watch his fight against Erickson Lubin, he was patient. If you would watch his fight against Israel Madrimov, he was also patient, but he never fought the same way. He never fought the same way. He has a great left hook. He has power in both hands. He has a great left hook. He has a great right hand. He knows how to bounce in and out. Virgil Ortiz is just a great fighter, and he is on that world level for a reason. He is currently the WBC welterweight interim world champion. So he's a world champion, but he's not the full world champion. But then he's a world champion. This is Virgil Ortiz. So you feel me? He's just like Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has held the WBC lightweight interim world championship, but people keep saying that he has never been a world champion. Like, we should give people credit. Like, I so wish, like, the boxing lovers or boxing pugilists or old media, I so wish we could give these fighters credit, like, some sort of credit, because we like criticizing boxers. To me, Ryan Garcia has been a world champion before because he has held the interim world titles. We have fighters from other countries, which I won't mention, which are regarded world champions just because they have interim world titles. There are no debates about those fighters. Those fighters are regarded world champions. Even if we know very well that they are interim world champions. But at the end of the day, that's the same belt. Okay, it might not be the exact same belt, but come on, man, we should respect fighters. I feel like boxers put in a lot of work for us to just throw shade all the time. Yes, we can criticize them here and there, but I just feel like we should give them more credit, because we don't know what they go through. There are fighters that have never held, even here in South Africa, that have never held South African titles, but to me, them niggas are world champions to me. Even if someone has never even held a provincial titles, but you can just see that this is world champion material. Therefore, that's a champion automatically to me. I know that we won't look at things the same way, but boxers deserve more credit. Boxers deserve more credit, man. As I was saying, that's how I feel about Virgil Ortiz. He's a great fighter, world-class fighter, WBC interim world champion in the welterweight division. He has also held the WBO international or intercontinental title. I'm not sure, but he's been around. He's been knocking people out. But in my opinion, he has been tested against Israel Madrimov. The reason why I keep mentioning Israel Madrimov is because he gave Bud Crawford a run for his money. He gave Terence Bud Crawford a run for his money. Before Crawford fought against Canelo, he fought against Israel Madrimov back in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, in a Riyadh season card, and that was a great fight. Crawford was bruised up and all. He won the fight. Bud won the fight. Bud never had a close fight before. But I'm just saying, that was a tough fight. You feel me? I'm not saying he lost. No, Bud is a GOAT, Mount Rushmore. But I'm just saying, Madrimov was a great. He was actually the WBO champion at the time. You feel me? He was the 154-pound champion. I mean the WBA, not the WBO, WBA, World Boxing Association. So Crawford won that title against Madrimov. That was a great fight. Some people may say it was a close fight, but I think Bud clearly won it. But that was so Virgil Ortiz had the easier fight. This is what I'm trying to say. If I were to compare the fight between Israel Madrimov versus Terence Crawford and the fight between Virgil Ortiz versus Israel Madrimov, I would say that Virgil Ortiz had the easier fight. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Virgil Ortiz had the easier fight. I feel like Ortiz was just well prepared, and Madrimov was he was not coming off a bad loss. He lost against Bud Crawford in a fight which Madrimov thought he won, but that's how boxers be. You can't be mad at that. Ortiz made the fight easy. Not saying that like Ortiz would beat Bud. No, Bud would dog walk Ortiz. But I'm just saying, like, styles make fights. Styles make fights. That's what I'm trying to say. Ortiz had the. I'm not saying it was an easy fight, but it was easier than the fight between Bud and Madrimov. So that should tell you like what you need to know about Ortiz in itself. Then he fought against Erickson Lubin, which I thought was gonna be a tough fight for Virgil Ortiz because Erickson Lubin has been around. He has fought against great fighters such as Jamal Charlo. His come up was great. I won't lie. He was knocking people out on his come up. He had recently fought in a pro box card, which he also won by knockout. He beat an undefeated fighter, and then he fought against Virgil Ortiz in a fight which I also thought was gonna be a bit tough for Virgil Ortiz, but nah, Virgil Ortiz made it look easy and he won by stoppage, and I think, let me just leave it at that. I won't tell you what I think about a boxer. Like, nah, maybe he's not done. He's not supposed to be retired, but it just was not his night, you feel me? So let me just leave it at that. So hats off to Hammer though. Erickson Lubin, he's a legend too, you feel me? He has fought against great fighters too. So let's go to Boots Ennis. Let me talk about Boots Ennis now. Let's go to Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is just a world-class fighter. He's a world-class fighter. People always criticize him, not because of how he fights, but because of the level of competition that he fights. People say that Boots hasn't been tested. I feel like he has been tested multiple times, but he's just that good. That's what they always say about great fighters. They said it about Floyd Mayweather, Zab Judah, Adrian Broner. They always say that about great fighters. Even about Saul Canelo Alvarez, they were saying that he's supposed to fight David Benavidez, which is true, but let's not say he hasn't been tested. They said it about Bud Crawford, that throughout his career, I think Bud has a great resume, but the people were just not known, but then he fought against some elite fighters, but they were just not famous. But they gave Bud a run for his money, and Bud is just like that. They always say that when a fighter is not having hard fights or difficult fights, just because he makes fights easy for himself or herself, they said the same thing about Abdullah Mason, that Abdullah Mason is being groomed by Top Rank, and Top Rank is moving Abdullah carefully, which is partly true, but it's like Abdullah is like that. He is like that. He's gonna keep winning even when he fights against tough fighters. He's gonna keep winning. Shakur Stevenson, same thing. They always say that about great fighters, like the best of the best. They always we should just get used to that. You feel me? And I feel like without that, then there wouldn't be entertainment. So you feel me? Let's just take it as entertainment. So with that being said, Boots Ennis is a fast fighter. He has a great jab. He's a switch hitter. He can fight in the southpaw stance and also in the orthodox stance, but I feel like he fights better in the orthodox stance, you feel me? But he's a switch hitter. Has power in both hands. He's slick, very elusive. He's very elusive. Great movement, great defense. He's the full package. I just think that he's a better fighter all across the board than Virgil Ortiz Jr. That's what I honestly think. But I think it's going to be a great fight. Virgil Ortiz is not a walkover. It's going to be a great test for Boots Ennis because Virgil Ortiz has been tested, you feel me? not saying Boots hasn't been tested, but it's going to be a great step up in competition. Every boxer has been in. If you step inside the ring, that's a test in itself. So I'm not saying that he hasn't been tested in a negative way. No. So I feel like it's gonna be a great fight. Virgil Ortiz is a great fight, but I just feel like Boots is gonna stop him. I feel like Ortiz is not on Boots' level. Boots Ennis is gonna just stop Ortiz. It's gonna outbox him. If it doesn't stop him, I feel like it's gonna just outbox him 12-0. But I just feel like Boots Ennis likes to fight. He does get hit, so he will have to be careful with his defense, head movement. He must not undermine the power of Virgil Ortiz, because Virgil Ortiz has power and he can hurt you, both to the body and in the head. He can hurt you. So who do I think is gonna win the fight? I think it's gonna be Jaron Boots Ennis by knockout in the later rounds, maybe in round 10, round 10. I think that's when it's gonna stop him. I think Virgil Ortiz is gonna break down. He's gonna be frustrated. He's gonna realize that Boots is just too good for him. He's a better fighter, and I think there's gonna be a level of respect after the fight. That's how I feel. It's gonna go the full 12 rounds. I think Boots is gonna win by knockout, and I think he might make it easier than what a lot of people think. Boots is just that good. Like, he's just like that. So yeah, man, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe without hesitation. Just subscribe. And even when I'm watching a video on YouTube or a music video, I think I have subscribed to every channel that I've watched. Like, I just hit it's not difficult. It's less than 2 seconds. Subscribe, man. And yeah, man, I'm gonna keep posting more and more. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. I know that there's that one viewer who always tunes in when I upload. I appreciate you. So yeah, man, peace out.
Box Conversation with Swaggy. What's up, family? Salute to South Africa.
Southpaw, the most factual and funniest, hands down. Wouldn't mind if I upload. I wouldn't mind if you upload every second. All love, Southpaw TV. Thank you, Mr. Boxing Conversation with Swaggy. I like your channel too. You got a dope channel. I see your shit.